Hey guys, Cameron from Anime Chat Reviews. I'm here again with Ichan.
Hey!
And today we're going to be discussing anime for kids. Let's just jump straight into it. What would we define as a kid, firstly, so that we can get the age bracket right?
Well, I think you can break kids with anime, particularly, you can break kids down into two groups. Yep. You can break them down into really young ones, so say 2-3-year-olds up to about your 6-7-year-olds.
Yep.
And then you've got your 8s to your tweens, which is your 13-year-olds. And
so
and then you're getting into the teenager stage. So we're focusing on the two groups. So you're really little kids, and then you're in between awkward, I'm not yet a tween, but I'm no longer a little kid, can't get away with everything.
The best stage of life. Also just want to clarify, anime, not all anime is for kids. I know Brandon's already had this rant, and I know a lot of people that watch anime will agree with me wholeheartedly on this. Anime may be animated. That is about the only thing that would make you think it is for children. A lot of the context of anime is very deep. There is a lot of adult scenes and or content behind it, especially gore and sexual connotations, especially for some. So much ecchi is literally just for adults. Let's just put that straight out there.
There are seriously some anime out there that kids
shouldn't go anywhere near.
No go zone.
Not
you
at
think,
all.
Oh, this looks friendly. It's got a little girl there sitting on the front. No.
That is a whole kettle of fish that you do not want to get involved in. Because,
you don't want your kids turning around and saying, Mummy, why is this happening?
No,
don't go there. Ever.
So, for starters, I'm going to just jump straight off, and I'm going to say something as simple as Detective Conan. Detective Conan is a great anime for both that first group we were talking about and the second group, because it's the main character, Conan, Detective Conan, he's a small person compared to literally everyone else, and he just solves mysteries. And it's not necessarily like gruesome murders and stuff like that. It's just mysteries. It's sort of like Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah, exactly. It's a multi-generational one, but
it's been going on a long time. But it's still going.
It's one of those like Scooby-Doo, like you said.
Yeah.
We've watched it, grandparents watched it, and your kids will watch it. It's a multi-generational.
It's something even you can get behind with them, because it's just fun.
Yeah, it's just family fun with a little bit of intrigue.
And a little bit of quirkiness to it. Do you have one?
Yeah, so a great one for younger kids, not so much the really little ones.
So the sort of like almost
the next
tween
group,
bracket,
our second group, leading up to the teens, would be Yumero Patissiere. Yumero Patissiere is a fun, it's got 2 seasons, but the first season is about 52 episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a really long-running one, but it's about a young girl. She's in middle school, and she's a klutz. She doesn't really do well in academics, and she's discovered because she has great taste buds and goes to a school for patissiers.
So it's like a young version of Food Wars.
Yes, definitely, but it centers around sweets, where she meets the princes. Always got to have your princes.
Prince of sweets?
No, 3. There's 3 princes.
The princes of sweets?
Princes of sweets. There's 3. One specializes in Japanese candies, one in chocolate, and one in candy art. And it's great. The character development's great, but it relates to kids.
Yeah.
Every child loves sweets, and you can relate to that. But it's cute, it's fun, and it's definitely age appropriate.
Yeah, I guess another cute one, which again is, I suppose, for both those brackets that we were talking about, would be Cardcaptor Sakura.
The new one including, or more so
the originals, but more so leaning towards that second group because they're more likely to understand it. But that first group can also enjoy it as well, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like you've got your old favourites as well. You've got Pokemon, you've got Digimon, you've got Beyblades. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is more towards the older group, but...
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is both that. Again, I'd say it's more towards the olders.
Yeah.
But the young ones can have fun with it as well. They don't necessarily...
your dragons and your magicians.
They don't understand what's going on.
No, not at all.
But they have fun with it.
They will try and summon creatures from cards, and you'll be picking cards off the kitchen floor forever, but they'll enjoy it either way.
That's all that matters, though. Because you can sit there and you can watch it with them. And that's what it's all about. Being able to watch it
feel that
as
youth
well.
happen. Feel being young again.
Without being bored. Like watching some other kids' shows where you're just sitting there like, yeah, this is just mind-numbing. I would rather not watch this.
Why is a baby in a cartoon land jumping around singing Gaga songs that's aimed towards 3-year-olds? What? I just taught my child to speak, please.
You just this is why we want anime for kids, so that you can watch it as well and not feel bored out of your brain doing so.
But in saying that, you must be careful.
Oh yeah, you have to be very
When
careful.
looking for anime for kids, it is very, very important to understand that if you see a little girl might look like a young child, just don't assume it's for kids. Just don't do it.
Just always look into it a little bit before.
And don't follow synopsis all the time and summaries.
Yeah, they're not always the best description.
No, it's like, sometimes they're poorly typed or there's a translation problem.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't come out right. Next thing you know, you're watching close to pornography practically.
Anime can get a little bit like that sometimes.
But also you have to be careful of the blood and gore, especially when for kids versions.
So there is a lot of anime, especially that came out during our generation.
The 90s.
The 90s specifically.
And
that
early
was
2000s.
It was brought out for mostly teens and late teens. But then a company called 4Kids came along, absolutely butchered it, but they made it for kids. Took out all the blood, the gore, the swearing, any violence
nudity.
that they could, nudity as well. And they really made it more so for children. And they did that for Naruto,
Dragon
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Ball Z was a big one.
Dragon Ball Z, One Piece as well.
Yeah.
So they're not the best versions of those anime.
No, but if you're wanting to share something with your kids that you grew up on, just look for the 4Kids version.
If you can find it.
If you can still find it, it is very hard to find it. But if not, just remember that if you're wanting more so, if your kid's about 10 and more.
10 or up? Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably start them on Dragon Ball Z. Don't start your kid on Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nudity and
Dragon Ball is a little more inappropriate than Z.
Yeah.
Mostly from the sexual connotations aspect of it. They're both as violent as each other because that's what it's all about.
Or even start with Super. Super's not as gory or...
Yeah, actually Super's a really good
Work backwards.
start.
Work backwards, everybody.
Ignore GT, everyone does.
Yeah, no, we're not going there.
No one likes GT. Actually, another good fun one. I just remembered that. Sailor Moon.
Yes.
A good one for little girls as well.
Yes.
Because
little girls.
Who doesn't love or want? Who didn't want to be Sailor Moon when they were younger?
Again, go with the original.
Oh yeah, Crystal is a bit more adult.
You could do the 7-year-old. Our second category could probably start with the silver.
Could go with Crystal.
Silver
Sailor Moon Crystal.
Why am I saying silver crystal?
I don't know.
I tell you what, Sailor Moon, I thought, when I was younger, I thought there was just this one singular version of... No, there's multiple seasons. They're all named differently. New discovery as an adult.
Yeah, you go back and you watch an old series that you thought was like just one season that you watched repeatedly on morning TV.
Loop.
Turns out, no, there's multiple seasons and it goes on.
They just gave up on putting it on Cheese TV.
Yes.
Cry.
Yes, they did. Actually, one of the best anime of all. I just got to put this out. The best anime out there, Pingu.
Yes.
Pingu is excellent for all ages.
Pingu.
Newt, newt. It's the best anime you'll ever find as well.
It is addictive.
It's just
you'll sit with a child going, oh, Pingu, and then you sit there like an hour later. You're like,
how did I watch the entire first season? How did we do this in one day? What?
Only the first season? Come on. You gotta get through the second one.
My apologies.
They're short episodes. Actually, that's a good thing about Pingu as well. They're shorter episodes, so younger kids
their attention span.
Yeah, trying to get a young kid to sit through
like
an
a 20-minute episode or something.
It doesn't always happen.
They lose interest after about 10.
But basically, summing it up,
you just got to be careful about what you are showing your kids in terms of anime.
Yeah,
don't be discouraged by it.
There is a lot out there.
Anime is great. It is a great platform for storytelling, and there is so much fun stuff for kids. Also, remember though that a lot of the younger, demographic directed anime is there to sell children's toys.
Yes.
That is what their
Yes.
sole purpose is.
Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. Beyblades was to sell the Beyblades. Crush Gear, that was a thing, if you remember that.
No, I do not.
Oh.
I will have to. I'm going to Google this later.
Crush Gear. Whoo, that was something. I remember.
Actually, and then saying that, Numero Patissier, they did recipe cards. You could collect the recipe cards.
There you go. Another card game. Card Captor Sakura did the same thing. Card game.
We can come down to card games or battle toys.
Just remember, get your kids into Yu-Gi-Oh! Young, they'll never have money for drugs. Because they'll all spent it on Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
God damn, you had to say that. You couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist. It's a great, great thing to live by.
It is, and guess what? It's not just for boys.
No, it isn't.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played Beyblades as a little girl.
As we said, there's definitely anime for little girls as well, like Card Captor Sakura, Sailor Moon.
Numero Patissier.
Yeah. But it's, again, all ages, all genders, anything.
And also...
Everyone can love anime.
And guess what? Girls can also... Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, girl empowerment.
Get behind it. It's always funny watching Bulma, like, hit Goku and Vegeta for doing something
or Chi-Chi.
silly. Oh,
Goku's fear of Chi-Chi. Empowerment. Teach your young girls anime girl empowerment from some of these anime.
Yes, especially some of the sort of younger kids ones. They are focused more so on female empowerment. And it is good to get your young daughters into that because they feel better as a person and an individual. Rather than some of the older stuff which does not empower girls.
No.
Some of it is very much so directed away from that, but that's because their target audience is...
Old men.
Or older teens of the male variety. So, again...
Do your research. And you can have great time with your kids.
You can have great time watching anime with your kids.
And the last point is they can go from kids anime, and work their way up and still watch it. We're still watching it.
We still watch anime.
Our parents question why, but we're still watching it.
We still watch anime. So if you have any anime that you think is for kids, please put it in the comments below. If you have a specific anime out of the ones that we listed before that you absolutely love and it's like,
yes,
nostalgia.
Reminisce with us.
Nostalgia is amazing. Go back and watch them. You'll realise they probably weren't as great as you remember, but that's fine because you remember them being great. But again, let us know in the comments below. But yeah,
we'll see you next time.
Next time, guys.
Bye, guys.